begin tonight on the recently announced cancellation of in-person graduation ceremonies over at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. The ceremony, scheduled for the weekend of the 19th, will now be virtual. This change, of course, due to COVID-19 concerns and safety precautions. The timing, however, of that announcement not sitting well with some of those grads. Brian Burns reports in tonight's top story.
To cancel it 11 days out, it doesn't make sense to a lot of us at all.
At least one student, Leo Hernandez Jr., is crying foul, claiming Texas A&M University is not being considerate of students and their families. Commencement is scheduled for the weekend of December 19th, but will now be virtual instead of in person.
We have a lot of family coming from all over Texas or the United States. I had family coming from North Carolina, and these plane tickets, these are tickets you book months in advance.
The graduating senior has spent 3.5 years at the local campus and says finishing his education has been incredibly important. The students will be carrying their diplomas in a diploma parade come January 23rd. Hernandez says the backup plan also takes away from his family.
So even those families who are coming from wherever they're coming from, they're not going to be able to be part of that virtual commencement.
We reached out for reaction and were sent a copy of the memo sent to students and staff from Texas A&M Corpus Christi University President Kelly Miller. The memo reads in part that positive COVID cases continue to rise both locally and across the nation, despite on-campus numbers remaining low. The memo goes on to say that the commencement will be conducted in a virtual format and that the safety of everyone involved and the local community remains a top priority. For Leo Hernandez, it's a disappointing end to his college career and something he'd like the school to recognize.
I don't expect much more than a general apology, honestly.
Brian Burns, 3 News.